Hey everybody, we are live. My apologies that we are not on the actual link that I sent out. I had some car troubles this morning, namely both a leak and my interior lights decided to turn on their own and not turn off. So I needed to get up and run up to the car shop to get that dealt with. The temporary solution, remove the bulbs, but it works. Anyways, so I will have to send this link out to everybody that missed it. That's on my other channel to be able to watch me live there. But in the meantime, here we are. Happy rainy Tuesday if you're in Toronto. It's kind of crummy out here. The reason I brought us on the live today is I wanted to talk about getting real with how long it takes to build a business. I have a lot of really wonderful, brilliant, driven, creative entrepreneurs that I work with in my coaching business. And I've been noticing this trend of this intense pressure that they're putting on themselves and on their business to be way further ahead than what they are, considering they have almost zero business experience. And I just find myself recently having this conversation over and over. We need to really get real about how long it takes to build a business. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't even happen in a year or two or three. For most people, it takes a good 5 years, at least at minimum, before they're really seeing some good traction and good money coming in, where they're able to really be sitting pretty. And maybe another 10 until they're really rolling in it. And I don't know. Every business is different, and it really depends on what you're doing. But I just wanted to take a moment to talk about that and really get real about the expectations. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about first in terms of that, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, there's a bus. You're going to hear a bus beeping. Is this concept of fake it till you make it. We hear that a lot, right? Who else can agree with me on that one? Who else has heard that one come up once or twice in their life, right? Just fake it till you make it. Nobody knows. Just go out there and do your power pose and stand like a star and just nobody knows. You can do it. Okay. That's such baloney. That is not real. The reason is that when you're faking it, you know you're faking it. Okay? You know what's in the bank account. You feel that confidence in you or lack thereof, Not only that, but other people totally pick up on that. When you're faking it, people get that. When you're fronting, when you're walking in the room like you're all that, but you don't have the experience or the confidence to back that up, people know. People get a sense of that and feel that. And so really, is it really helping your cause? When we are faking it, we're pushing others away. What happens is that we start to alienate. We don't stay open to new learning opportunities, right? We don't stay open to seeing things from other people's perspectives, or being real or honest about, hey, I need help here, or I need help there. The other thing is that we end up pushing people away because we're not being authentic and being real. That really does come through, and because we feel like we have to hide a part of ourselves or hide a part of our business, that's all coming through. That inauthenticity. Oh my gosh, you guys! Inauthenticity and the guarding of ourselves to protect, the hiding back, that shows. So we're out there and we're connecting, and we're not even really building solid relationships with people because they're all based on nothing, right? On being fake. Oh God, someone's really awesome music is coming on by. Hopefully you can hear that. We'll all groove out for a second. All right. So the other thing I talked about, besides faking it till you're making it, and how that really does come across, the other thing is the pressure that we put on ourselves. When we are putting intense pressure on ourselves, we have that feeling if we don't measure up, we are not successful enough as that person, we are not far enough along in our business. These are all things that feed imposter syndrome. These are the things that and we talked about that last week, that keep us from taking that risk or talking to that person or making that jump, because we always are feeling like we can't do it. This is what breeds a self-doubt and keeps us up at night going, what have I done? I can't do this. Who do I think I am? And then the next day trying to plaster a smile on our face and keep on going. That's no way to build a business. That is not fun. The other thing is we start to put pressure on our business. There's this idea of idea of what we shouldn't do, which is that concept of running before we walk. We see what other people are doing and we think that we should be doing the same thing. Oh, that makes sense. If I'm successful and I want to give the image of being successful, I should be sponsoring these events, or I should be, like, I can't think, like up talking on this stage in front of all these people, which, yeah, maybe you should be, I don't know. But if it's coming from I need to be doing that, but I'm not ready, I haven't ever spoke before, I don't have any presentation made, or I don't have the money to sponsor an event, what's the point of sponsoring it? What we start to do is we start to run before we walk. We start to live in the future where we should be with our business, even though our business isn't really there, which means we're not tending to the things we need to be tending to, like how am I getting customers? What's my client acquisition process? What am I going out there to do to bring money in, right? What is my own internal system for once I have a new connection? How do I take them through my own sales funnel? Or if I'm done with a client, how do I take them through that next level to become a part of my community, right? If we're always thinking about, I have to be out here doing all these other things, we're not taking care of business that needs to be done first, the foundations. The other thing is that we start making bad business decisions. We spend our money foolishly, not wisely. We may end up taking on clients or customers we don't really want to be working with, but that pressure that we got to bring money in and we got to give the airs of success, we start making little mini sacrifices and just compromises in our business that we wouldn't normally make. And then also desperate, just reading my notes, also desperate. We begin to get desperate when we are clamoring and digging and clawing and scratching our way to get to that top based on a fake foundation, based on making bad decisions and compromising what we're doing, and that desperation begins to come through. And again, when we're talking to people, trust me, they're picking up on that. I don't know about you guys, I'm getting stressed just talking about this. So these are all ways that we don't want to be building from. We don't want to be taking this fake it till you make it. I got to give this impression that I'm doing so much better. It is not a fun way to build. The other thing too is when we talk about your networks, this is a really interesting one. When we are in that imposter syndrome, fake it till you make it place, it affects the way that we connect with other people and the type of networks that we build. We may end up surrounding ourselves with people who are doing not as good as we are because we don't want to, we don't want to be found out. We don't want to come across as not successful. So we'll surround ourselves with people who we think that, we've got more experience than, so we can, be the leader or the guide there. We won't connect with people who maybe intimidate us or we think are more successful because we don't want to be found out, right? The other thing is that it stops us from really sort of leveling up because if we're not surrounding ourselves with people who have been where we've been, who are doing what we're doing or have done it, there's no opportunity to learn together or to learn from the people around us and to grow or level up into that next level if we're always playing in the sandbox when we need to be moving on to college here. What is that saying? If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. That's that kind of situation. We never want to be the smartest. We always want to be around people who are doing it and get support or help or guidance or just inspiration from them. And we can't do that if we're faking it, if we're not being real with ourselves. The last thing I want to talk about, what happens when we're doing the fake it till you make it, is when it comes to our leads. And leads meaning any stranger out there or any person in your network that you are hoping to one day work with or become a client or customer of yours. When we are feeling insecure, we're not going to present ourselves the best. We're not going to be confident when we talk about our prices or our services. We tend to do this thing where we move out of our lane of expertise and where we really shine and try to do everything, to kind of make up for what we feel is a lack. And by the way, it's not a lack. You're just not there yet. You just don't have the experience. But we're trying to do all these things to make up for this perceived lack that we have. The other thing is that, we don't go for the bigger clients. So we're already feeling insecure about how we talk about what we do. And when we go to pitch our prices, we try to make up for our lack by doing things we're maybe not that good at to make ourselves appear even more, experienced. And then we also don't go for the bigger clients, the people that maybe, intimidate us, because it's like, again, there's that imposter syndrome, there's that insecurity, there's that self-doubt. I'm not good enough. I could never land them. So again, just keeping in mind that when we are in this place of fake it till you make it, it is affecting the way we make business decisions and the way we spend our money. It's affecting the way we network, who we're connecting with, and the quality of relationships we're building. It's affecting, the leads or the business development that we're doing, because we're not going for the bigger business, and we're not presenting a strong front when we are trying to go for that business. And then what was the very first thing? Oh yeah, no, I talked about that, the business, and it makes us make bad business decisions. So, I'm talking a million miles at you. That's sort of my thoughts on what happens when we fake it till we make it. And what I want to talk about now are just 5 little things that you can do to kind of help get you into that better frame of mind. So again, number 1 is get real. Get real with how long it takes. You might have people that you look up to, and you'll see them on the stages talking, or read their books, or see them being interviewed, and their social medias are, they got hundreds of thousands of followers on social media, and you're thinking, oh God, I should be there. Why aren't I there? They did it. It seems so easy, right? What we don't see is the 10 years before that. We don't see all their struggles, all their failures. We don't see them having self-doubt and insecurities and doing things and it not working and trying again and it not working. We don't see them, eating canned beans in a basement somewhere because they put all their time and money into their new business and they've got no money coming in. We don't see their broken down cars. We don't see them borrowing money from their parents and friends. We don't see any of that, right? We only see the shiny finished product and where they've gone. And so we tend to think if we're in that place that, we're somehow failures. We need to understand that is just not the case. So you really got to get real about that and really shift your expectations on where you think you should be and how you think it should look to grow. The other thing is celebrate what you have done and what you have learned. So take a look at all the things you've done over the last year, or maybe 2 years or 3 years, depending how long you've been in your business, and look at all the things you've learned, all the things you have developed and created, the relationships you've made, that maybe the products or services that you've made, just all the things that you have done that you didn't know 1, 2, and 3 years ago. Okay? The other thing is track your sales and watch how much you've made. Maybe you're sitting, last year you did, maybe 20,000 and this year you've done 40,000. Okay, well that's, you're not getting a private jet on that for sure, right? But if you've doubled your business in the past year, you know that what you're doing is working. What you are doing, you're making progress. People are picking up what you're putting down and you're moving forward. So really just celebrate that. Even if you made nothing last year and you've made 2,000 this year. Oh my God, that's awesome. What you're doing is working. Just keep with it. Okay. So the next thing is, oh gosh, I can't remember writing. Oh, no, that's the same one. Okay, so did that one. So the next thing is get help. Again, whether you are working with someone like me, who's a business development coach to help you look at where you might be leaving money on the table, or you could be tightening up your processes so that it's a faster turnaround from when you meet someone till when they're a client, okay? It could also be joining a mastermind with other entrepreneurs who are at the same place as you. They don't have to have the same business, but they're at the same place as you so that you guys can be supporting each other and learning as you grow and problem solving. The other thing could be just looking for peers. 2 years ago, I had, she's still a friend, but we're now way too busy. But I have a friend that I met with her once a week for a few months, and then it became once a month after that, just to be accountability partners. We were both in a place of starting to create a new service offering and a new sort of, facet of our businesses, and it was a lot. It was overwhelming. And so we just met to be able to hold each other accountable and keep each other moving and really troubleshoot. I like that better than a mastermind, if only because a mastermind tends to be a lot of people, and my brain starts to wander, and I can't be there for that many people, but I can be there for one person. So there we go. Be honest with yourself about how long it's really going to take and cut yourself some slack. The next thing, celebrate what you have learned, what you have accomplished, how far you have come as a business owner. Track your sales and celebrate any kind of growth, and just get familiar with what you are doing year after year and see if you really are in fact growing. If you're not growing, I don't know, message me. We need to talk. And then the other thing is get help. And that might look like having a coach, joining a mastermind, connecting with other peers. You've got an accountability partner, but you're having support so that you're not alone. Also, it's really great for confirming that, no, you're not crazy, that this idea is going to work. So do that. And that is it, you guys. That was a really quick little Facebook Live about, hey, let's get real at how long it takes. It's not overnight. It takes years and years and work and learning and failures and falling down and getting back up and losing money and getting money. And, it just takes time, and it's a process, and you're going to get there. Just keep with it. Surround yourself with awesome people. All right. Ask for help when you need it, and just go out there and keep doing what you're doing, because it's working. All right, you guys, that's it from me. I will see you on Thursday. We're going to be talking with June, who we're going to be talking a little bit about dating as an entrepreneur. So I'm going to send that out later on today, so come join us for that. In the meantime, if you ever want to connect up with me, you know that you can book a free 30-minute strategy call. We'll talk about your business and where you're feeling stuck. Otherwise, if you're in Toronto, enjoy this rainy day. If you're in Vancouver, hopefully you guys are having sun. And if you're anywhere else in the world, just enjoy it and make it an awesome day. All right, bye for now, everybody.